Why don't you accept the rest that you fought for? What I mean by that is there are tough times we have in our life, and we have to do this emotional labor that might not be fair. There's this work that needs to be done. We need to hustle to pay our bills, take care of our debt, take care of our family, all those things. And then almost inevitably, there's a point where that rest that we wanted, that break that we feel like we deserve, that thing that we feel like we earned, air quotes on that one, it comes. It's here. We have that break. We have that windfall of money, or we're out of this situation that we've been in for a long time. I can relate to that. I'm old enough. You see the gray hairs. So I've been old enough to be through the cycles before. Getting through the tough times and having that vision as far as when you get a break or when things work out for you, that's a skill set that we all have to learn to survive. I get it. Our parents or our guardians, people that raised us, people we care about, have told us to get through that. Keep going, keep going. Luck will find you, et cetera, et cetera. What we're often not taught, though, is how to accept the luck, the moment, to be fully present for the time that we've been waiting for, right? I remember when my company got acquired several years ago, going on more than a decade ago now. I remember the moment when my money changed in either direction. You know, I've been independent for a while, so I know what it feels like to have money and then not have money, and vice versa. And there's these moments where things actually are okay. And the thing is that with life, there's always new challenges. It's always evolving. So it might not always be okay. So we're quick to take advantage of the moment when we need to grind it out or do the all nighter and all that stuff, but we're not quick to actually take care of ourselves when we have the opportunity to do so. Even though that's what we've been fighting for the whole time. So if you have a breather where you have a beautiful moment with your family, if money is suddenly turning out okay for you, if you reach a career milestone, bask in it. You fought for it. Isn't it the whole point of you doing this? And you know how life goes. That moment might pass, and then you'll be regretting not being fully present for that moment of celebration that you should have had, that you were actually fighting for in the past. Let your mess be your message. I heard this on a rap song recently. Shout out to Malice as well as Pusha T on the recent Clips album, where they talk about what the wisdom that their father, late father, gave them on the song called "The Birds Don't Sing." Beautiful song. I saw them in concert in recent weeks. Let your mess be your message. It reminds me directly of Brene Brown, big fan of hers, where she talks about how we'll go through difficult times and then we'll call it, she calls it gold plated grit. In other words, you go through a tough time and then someone asks you about it. You're like, oh, yeah, it was tough, but it was no big deal. Whatever. Yeah, it was hard, but we made it through, and you can make it through too. It'll be fine. But you know, deep in your heart, beyond your ego, that that was a messy ass time. You know that was a difficult time. You know that was a difficult time. You know you weren't sure you're going to make it. But here you are. You happen to make it through luck, the grace of the universe or God or whatever you believe in. And now you're talking to somebody else like, oh, yeah, it was fine. Who are you trying to fool? You trying to fool them, or are you trying to fool yourself? Probably a little bit of both. Let your mess be your message. And my understanding basically means those hard times, those things that were difficult for you, that becomes the pathway. That becomes the North Star. Not even necessarily the pathway, the North Star, the compass for other people that are going to come after you. Whether it's your kids or your nieces or nephews, whether it's in my case, the book's right above my big head, that becomes a message that goes to other people, to strangers such as yourself. But that is our duty. And if you look at it from a spiritual standpoint, we're often taken on these journeys, just like the hero's journey, shout out to Joseph Campbell, where we find this treasure. But the treasure not necessarily being money or gold or whatever, the treasure being that insight. What a travesty to not share that mess in your message. Don't Wouldn't you wish when you were at the the dark night of the soul, as they say, that there was someone or something that was a North Star? So try putting your ego aside. Actually admit that you had a difficult time. And in sharing that you have a difficult time, that nugget alone can become a North Star, a guiding point, a vessel for other people to get through their storm. You ever notice how we lionize, idealize, fantasize even about how things used to be? And if we get too caught up in our life, which is easy to do, no judgment from me, then we don't realize that the time right now, and a few years from now, or a decade from now, or if you get older, a couple decades from now, is actually the good times that we're going to reminisce about. I have two little kids. They're getting older now. Their voices are starting to change, and I'm so thankful that as I was a stay-at-home dad raising them, recognizing that I saw the good old days as they were happening. Same could be said for relationships. Same could be said for friendships. Same could be said for our bodies. All these different things. Time is constantly passing. Time only goes one way. And so imagine being 5, even 10 years from now. And whatever you're going through right now, it could be ups and downs to your career. It could be a family drama. It could be late night feedings, as I can relate to since 10 years ago. That's the era that my kids were in. And picturing just for a moment, as you're struggling, as you're dealing with the lack of sleep, as you're dealing with frustrations, that you're trying to figure out a way through this complicated thing, at this moment, 5, 10 years from now, from this date that you're hearing me, this moment will be considered the good old days. And there's ways you're going to reminisce about this period of time. There will be the hardships, but there's going to be beauty within it that you might not recognize until 5 or 10 years from now. So I challenge you to recognize that beauty now and to enjoy it now, because it's guaranteed, like water is wet, that today will go away.